What's up, YouTube? So today is September 6th, 2022. Today's Tuesday. So I'm back at y'all with another video. So today I want to talk about accountability and responsibility. Responsibility and accountability. Just because something is not your fault doesn't mean it's not your responsibility. You have to teach your kids that. I hear people say that something is not their fault, and because it's not their fault, they don't have to do something about it, and that's not true at all. For example, if you drive a car and you get a flat tire, it's not your fault that you got a flat tire, right? But it's your responsibility to take care of that situation. It's your responsibility to roll the window up. It's your responsibility to take care of that tire because it's your car, right? Same thing with your children. If your kids break a toilet, it's not your fault that they broke that toilet, but you are the adult in the household, so it's your responsibility to make sure that toilet gets fixed or make sure it gets serviced. If you don't get it serviced, then now it's your fault that the toilet is broken. Same thing with say you get stuck in a burning building. It may not be your fault that the building is on fire, but it's your responsibility to do what you can to get out of there. But if you choose to sit there and let the building burn on you, now it's your fault that you are trapped in the burning building. What's another good example? Like relationships. If you are in a abusive relationship, it's not your fault that this person is abusing you, but it's your responsibility to do what you can to get out of there. But if you choose to stay in that relationship, now you are at fault for being in a abusive relationship. Just because something is not your fault doesn't mean it's not your responsibility. Same thing with your life. You have people who may have had a bad childhood of some sort, and because of that bad childhood, now you have anger problems. So it's not your fault that you have anger problems, but it's your responsibility to deal with that situation, to fix it. If you don't do anything about your anger problems, then now it's your fault that you have anger problems. You understand what I mean? So you have people who want to blame their parents, blame their childhood, and point their fingers at everybody else because something happened, but it's your responsibility to respond to that situation and resolve the issue. It's your responsibility to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? I need a haircut, especially in the back. But anyway, sometimes I'll listen to videos of men and women, especially black men and black women, who point their fingers at each other about who's to blame for what. And the truth is, black men and black women are both responsible for a lot of the issues that we see in the black community. You have a lot of things that are not our fault, but it's our responsibility to resolve it, to fix it. You have black men who blame, you have black women who will blame black men for, leaving you and not taking care of your kids. And most of the time, that's not really the situation. A lot of times, from my experience, I've seen a lot of women with children and the men doesn't take care of the children, but he'll have like 5 or 6 other children with women that he had before her. If you choose to have children with a man with a whole bunch of kids by other women, you are at fault. That's your fault. You did that to yourself. Stop pointing your finger and see, accountability means to admit to the part that you played in something. You may not be 100% at fault, but you have to admit the part that you did wrong. When you don't want to admit your wrongdoings, then you continue to keep doing it and keep having the same problem over and over. Accountability is actually it's like your problem solving skill. It's a problem solving tool. Because let's admit it, many of us, a lot of our problems that we have in our life, majority of the time it's us. It's not really somebody on the outside doing something. And even if it was somebody on the outside, even if it is, it's still up to you to deal with that. You know, you have to take responsibility for your own self, for your own issues. You know, I talked about this before, how the kind of choices you make today will determine where you'll be tomorrow. If you make good choices, you can expect good outcomes. But if you make bad choices, you can expect bad outcomes. It's as simple as that. So if you want to see an improvement in your life, you want to see your life look better, just start making better decisions, and you start seeing better outcomes in your life. It's as simple as that. I was about to say something and I lost my train of thought. So yeah, the choices you make today will determine where you'll be tomorrow. What was I about to say? I was about to say something and I forgot. I lost my train of thought completely. What was I about to say? Something kind of important. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's all I want to talk about. Black men as well. Black men blaming black women, but you knew the kind of female she was when you met her. Even if the person tricked you and they started to change on you and so forth, you have the power to leave. You don't have to deal with people you don't want to deal with. You don't have to work a job you don't want to work at. When I work a job, and that's why I don't complain about jobs anymore, because if you don't like your job, you leave. You find something else. You know, it may not be your fault that the job sucks, but if you stay there, now it's your fault that you work a sucky job because you're not doing anything to fix it. You're not doing anything to better your situation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, every day you just want to try to make better choices and make better decisions, and you'll see better outcomes in the future. There's one more thing I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it was. What I want to say was, your life is a testimony. Your life is a reflection of the kind of decisions you've been making in the past. Like, if you make bad decisions in the last 5-10 years, your life is going to reflect that. You don't have to tell somebody if you're smart or stupid or not. Your life will reflect how smart you are. People will look at you and they'll be able to see it. your life will reflect it. It's a reflection. It's a testimony of what kind of decision maker and kind of choices you've been making. You see what I'm saying? So I guess that's all I want to say about that. I want to say more, but this video is like 10 minutes. I was planning on keeping it under 10 minutes. So I'll talk to y'all next time.